Okay, day 4, I think. I'm not really sure. On the 53 Chevy Bel Air. Back in the shop. I've been here for a couple hours. I went ahead and sanded down my kick panels. I've got them sanded down pretty much as far as I need to take them because I'm going to be going over them with a Rhino line. So let's get to it. And here we have the kicks in their current state. I know the finish work is not amazing because it doesn't need to be. I'm going to be coating this with a really thick material, so it doesn't matter. So I just need to be able to get it to where it looks good enough, not giant divots. But from nothing to something, there they are. Of course, the green that I have that was a perfect match to the car is out of stock everywhere. So I have 3 different colors here. The one in the middle there, I don't think I'm going to attempt because that's not even close. Honestly, this is probably going to be the winner. They're now in the stink room, paint room, curing because they've been coated as well. Here they're hit with the liner material. Then they were stamped with aluminum foil to create that texture. It's a little too high to really fall for the leather. This is like an example, but I put a little too much on, and once you have too much on there, you really can't get it off. It's going to be perfectly fine, but that's what it looks like when you stamp it with aluminum foil. It'll create these kind of wrinkle crease effects. These need to dry all night. There's just no way. If I were to paint these or shoot any paint on them, I'm just going to be screwing myself, because the paint's not going to react or something crazy is going to happen and it's going to spider web, and then I'm going to be chasing that problem for hours. So I'm learning from experience. Just let it go all night. Once these are fully dry, then we're going to go ahead and hit them with the green. Wiring here, it's ready to be hooked up to the battery. I did power and ground off the battery because I didn't want to have to put a hole in the car for a ground. And like I said before, you don't want to trust taking out the seat bolts because they're probably going to be seized. So my wiring runs across. Right there, it's strapped. It's got that part right there where it's hanging, which is totally fine. There's nothing. Then it straps, comes around, and then goes in to the car. So everything has already been ran. It's tucked and pretty. Power and ground. Remote wire and RCAs are also ran. They're already hooked up at the radio. I've got them braided, running down under. And we also have the speaker wire. So the speaker wire on that side and the speaker wire over on that side are all ran. Everything's ready to go. With all that said, it is, I believe, 9 o'clock at night. So I am going to go home. I will see you tomorrow. We're back on the final day of the 53 Bel Air. At least it better be the final day. I put way too much effort into this thing. Now today should be kind of a easy, not really bad day. The pods are all completely dry now with the texture. So we're going to shoot them with that green and just let them paint dry today. My kick panels failed miserably. I thought I'd be done today. I thought I'd be home by now. My little experiment did not go well. For some reason, the Rhino lining material, which honestly, I did not know that it had that much of a, I don't know what you want to call it, a dry pull strength. It, for some reason, pulled everything. My bases kind of looked like the Wicked Witch's shoes on the Wizard of Oz. So I didn't test fit them after I rhinoed them. Of course I didn't. Why would I do that? That would make sense. The tops and the bottoms were so curled, no way it's going to fit. Like, the shape is completely shot. And I've honestly been sitting here wondering what I could do if I was going to have to just throw these away and start over, which wouldn't be the first time. As a builder, this is what happens. Here, let me tell you what I should have done, because I know what the proper way to do it is, but there's a reason why I didn't. Normally, what you would do is you would tape up the kick panels, lay up some fiberglass like chalk mat in the kick panels, put marker lines on your tape before you do it. The marker lines will transfer over. Pull that out once it's cured, then you cut your marker lines, and now you have a fiberglass, actual base that's the mold of the kick panel, and pretty strong, not gonna have any problems with the curling, especially if you make it thick enough, right? That's how you're supposed to do it. The reason I didn't do that was when you do that, the inside of the car stinks like fiberglass resin forever, or for at least a month or two, especially in the summer, because every time it heats up in the car, you're gonna get that smell. And I didn't want to do that in this car. There's other ways of doing it too, but I don't have those materials here. And now these things are curled. So what am I gonna do? So I basically took the bottom with my hand and I cracked it. I took the top with my hand and I cracked it. I cracked them, got them back to where they go into the channel, and I got them into the channel. Then I mounted the kick panels and they fit in there fine. Problem is now, I have body filler cracks and everything where I had to crack them. What I've done now is I've taken UV resin, I've resined those cracks and then hit them with UV light. Now they're in the car, they're sitting there mounted as they would go. The UV resin has cured. I'm going to pull them out and I'm going to sand them down, rough them up, and then we're gonna go ahead and reshoot them. And here's what we have. Here's the pod. And as you can see, like right there, I had to crack it. Up there, I had to crack it. It curled out top and bottom. Now it's actually sitting in the channel. It's mounted with that factory bolt. And structurally, this thing is fine. I mean, it's totally fine as far as for a speaker. The biggest issue was not fitting down in there. So now we need to remove it, sand this down. We'll sand down some more of this. I already sanded a little bit. We're gonna sand it down a little bit more. We're gonna see if we can get away with reshooting it with color, or if we're gonna have to go back over it with the texture, which I hope not, because that's just gonna add another day, because that stuff has to cure all night. And there you have the other side. Same thing. You see the line up at the top? That's where I had to crack it. The line down at the bottom, that's where I had to crack it. Let's keep that in mind. That Rhino stuff, even though I don't mix any kind of hardener or anything with it, when it dries, it really dries almost like a resin would. It pulled everything in. Just kind of crazy. I did not realize it would do that. So the Call of Duty is going to have to wait. I'm going to go ahead and pull these out, rework them, try to make them look as good as possible, and maybe we will install them tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday. I was going to take tomorrow off, but not super mad. I enjoy doing this. This is actually fun. And this is a learning experience. So as long as you learn something, it's really not bad. Where this screws you is when you have a deadline. And I don't have a deadline, which is the saving grace here. If I had a deadline and this car had to be done like tonight, this would be infuriating. I'd be mad. I'd be wanting to break stuff. But without a deadline, this is just a learning experience, and that's cool. I mean, I got to play with different materials and learn something. Now we just got to make it work. Repairs are done, and now it's back to being done for the night and going home. So I'll see you tomorrow. And we're back. Day, whatever. 5, 6, 7, 8. Who knows? But we're back. Last night's debacle of our kick panels not fitting. Now I want to show you what I was using as when I say the Rhino lining. So what it is, it's Duratex. Texture coating for speakers and road cases. This is what they use for like concert venues, and when you have your gear, those big boxes, the big rolling boxes that hold the gear, and they're like Rhino lined on the outside, or you see like Rhino lined sub enclosures. It's not the crazy 2-part spray that you got to do like for vehicles and truck beds. So it's really convenient, and based on what kind of roller you use dictates the texture that you can create. But it's also the blackest thing you've ever seen, and it's thick. So it will go on and cover and hide and do all kinds of things, and you can add textures to it. Now what's confusing me is you don't mix a hardener. You don't mix it with anything. You just come right out of the can with it. So I'm not sure how when it dries, it's drying with so much force that it's able to warp the edges. Normally that's a chemical reaction that you would see when you add MEKP or some kind of hardener that makes the resin or the, whatever chemical you're using, it hardens. And as it hardens, it's a reaction where it creates heat, and that can create warping, or because of the tension strength of it when it hardens. So enough with the infomercial for Duratex. Let's go ahead and see where I'm at. I went ahead and did a double shot of color. So I shot it with the first can that I said I was going to, and the color just still bugged me. And the can sprayed very odd. Like it would spray that color, that center color. It wasn't mixing properly. So then I hit it with what I had left of the actual color I wanted this whole time, and I was able to create a blend that looks just fine. And today is going the way I wanted yesterday to go. Pods went ahead and mounted right in. No fuss. And then you can see the color of the green there, the green there. They are in, and I wish I could just get in and turn the radio on and make sure everything works. But this radio is so weird. It is one of the weirdest radios I think I've ever seen in my life, and I'm not really sure why, and I don't know what the hell this thing really even is. Man, this is something special. I am thoroughly confused. First, I looked it up. This thing is like $750. These instructions are actually comical. To add an amplifier to your setup with the radio turned off, hold down the center push button, turn the radio on, release the push button. You'll notice a green light come on, then the light will flash red, blah, blah, blah. Push a second button. What am I programming? What am I doing here? Why doesn't it just send audio out the low-level outs? What are we doing here, kids? There's no display. You have no idea what you're doing. It's just a bunch of LEDs with colored lights, dots, and I don't know what this thing is. Like, it doesn't need to be this complicated. But what am I programming? See, me, I want to know everything. I don't like not knowing. I just can't blindly go into something and be like, oh, you know, whatever, did my job. So now I have to know, what the hell is this thing? And why do I have to program it that it's running an amp? Does that mean it's gonna shut off its internal amplifier? Because if it does, that sucks, because that means I'm gonna lose the center channel. And then I'm stuck with another day on this thing trying to figure out how to make this all work together. What are we doing here? This radio might be the biggest piece of crap I've ever messed with in my life, and I'm not happy with it. Okay, so I actually have the battery topped off before I had to leave tonight, so I'll go ahead and let you hear it so I can completely finish out this video series. If the audio sounds weird, it's because my mic, of course, is dead, and I am tired of running into constant issues. So we're just going to use this mic. I have a special song. It was made just for Custom Audio Reimagined in the style of the 50s. You see me cruising in this thing. Boom, boom, boom. Cabe's the best. There you go. She's done. It's nice and loud and clean. You just have to be real careful with that volume because it goes from 0 to 100 real quick. I hope you enjoyed my simple one-day job. Thanks for watching.